Okay, hello everybody. Once again, this is another elder chiming in. And let me say, like I always say when I start these videos, this video is simply my opinion. I have no proof of anything. If you want proof, you have to kind of do your own research. And I'm an elder because at my age, I'm in the 80s, they generally call you an elder. Now, continue my talk on how I think AI will either help or destroy the human race. Now, as it looks so far, and I did a little bit more research, as it looks so far, it's kind of leaning toward the negative, just a little bit. But there are some positive things. Now, for example, some people talk about self-driving cars. Now, self-driving cars will use AI. I mean, you see all these accidents in the wintertime where you have 30 or 40 or 50 cars plow into each other. And it's because it's not the weather, it's the people driving in the weather. But cars that operate on artificial intelligence, that won't happen because the lead car will control the rest of the cars, or all the cars will be controlled by artificial intelligence, and they won't have those kind of accidents. As a matter of fact, a few years ago, the insurance companies were getting a little worried because they know that works out the way some people say it. Self-driving cars on highways made for self-driving cars only. There will be very, very, very few accidents. And the accidents you have is if the computer glitches. Otherwise it won't be any. Now, so self-driving cars, and a lot of people don't know this, but even commercial aircraft, the pilot really doesn't fly the airplane. The AI flies the airplane for the most part. I mean, some pilots do. And it's gotten so sophisticated now until the AI sometimes can even land and take off with the aircraft. So in that sense, AI will benefit humankind because it will keep us safe in a way. Now, one negative side of AI is war. Now, I saw a video not too long ago where they said they're going to use AI soldiers. You won't put a human being out on the battlefield. There'll be AI soldiers out there. And I was telling my grandson not too long ago, it's the same way with fighter pilots. You wouldn't send a fighter pilot up against an AI pilot. I mean, right now, since it's not been worked out that well, yeah, a human pilot can probably defeat an AI pilot. Excuse me. But in the future, you wouldn't send a human pilot up against an AI pilot because a human pilot may know, this off the top of my head, they may know 20 different maneuvers, whereas an AI would know 2,000 maneuvers. You can't sacrifice a human being like that. And also on the battlefield, you may have people on the battlefield who are surrendering, giving the white flag. Now, unless you program the AI to recognize that as a surrender, it would just keep shooting and keep killing people because that's what it's programmed to do. So you have to program it correctly. Otherwise, it's just going to run amok, as they say. So you don't want to use AI in war, although that's where it's going. I mean, they already got the drones. The drones are dropping bombs and stuff like that, and they use them in water. So war is a place where AI may cause the human race to kind of destroy itself, and AI will come out the victor, although it's not planned like that. It just may happen that way. So that's why you would have AI. You don't want to use AI. You want to send soldiers out, and real people get killed, and that may stop war. Now, another place AI may be good is police force. You can have AI policemen. And it could work out, but you have to have the same empathy for human beings as in war. You got an AI police force and somebody's committing some kind of crime. You don't want the AI to kill that person just because they were committing the crime. You want them to have some sort of empathy for the person who's committing the crime. I mean, somebody out there stealing food because they're hungry. You don't want the AI to kill them just because they were trying to get some food to be hungry. So you have to program that empathy into the AI if it's going to do something like that. Matter of fact, I remember a couple of years ago, I have never seen the movie RoboCop. But from what I understand, the guy who wrote that movie, he wrote it because he came home from work one day and his house had been broken into. So he said, well, why don't we have AI or RoboCops, surveying the buildings and stuff like that. And they never get tired, they never have to take a day off, and they're alert all the time unless they have some kind of glitch. But that's why he wrote RoboCop, because his house had been broken into. So an AI police force might work as long as they got regular policemen along with them to train them. And because, like I said in my last video, it has to be trained properly or programmed properly. Otherwise, it's just a piece of machinery running wild. Medical research. I covered that a little bit in my last video. Medical research. And like I said in my last video, some years ago, they pitted an AI against actual doctors. And the AI was, like I said, either 11% or 13% faster than the doctors in the diagnosis. So you know that 11, 12, 13% is just going to get bigger, give them 2 or 3 or 4 more years. And instead of being 13% faster, they'll be 20% faster in diagnosis. Give them a few more years, and they'll be 50% faster in their diagnosis. In a few more years, they'll be 75% faster. So artificial intelligence may help us when it comes to that kind of research. And the AI may figure out a way to keep us from getting sick in the first place. As a matter of fact, I was telling my wife that in the future, in the distant future, human beings may not have teeth. Why won't they have teeth? Well, because AI may figure out some kind of pill that you can take and it cures all your diseases. You don't get sick. It has the ingredients in to keep you healthy. And all you do is take it maybe once a week, maybe once a month, maybe once a year, maybe once every 20 years. So human beings may not have to chew food anymore if AI can figure something like that out. And now, I don't know. If AI figures something like that out, not only would it help us be more healthy, and this is something I argued with a friend of mine about, it may increase life expectancy. You got an AI who figures out diseases, figures out all kinds of chemicals and whatnot, and instead of living approximately 85 or 90 or 100 years, the human race may start living, 400 years. I mean, my sister-in-law and I used to argue about that. But if AI can figure that kind of chemicals out, which would take human beings years to figure that out, if AI can figure it out in a couple of months or something, it may have medicine in pill form that you take it once a year or once every 10 years and you don't get sick or nothing. You stay healthy, you're strong, your mental capacity is at 100%. Who knows? AI may be able to figure something like that out. You never know. But they're working on it. They're working on it because I saw a video not long ago where these scientists were trying to discover why do we die. And they had gotten down to the molecular, okay, I'm going to have trouble with that word, molecular level, and they were trying to find out what causes the cells to stop dividing, which is one reason, that's not the only reason, but that's one reason that causes people to die. The cells stop dividing for some reason, and they were trying to figure that reason out. And they had reached a point where they were studying certain chemicals that seemed to happen during that time. But like I say, my memory's a little fuzzy on that, but I remember reading about it, and I said, okay, they're trying to solve the whole idea of death. And AI can help them in that search. So medical research may be a positive when it comes to AI. Now, another thing, and I talked about this in my last video, one thing that keeps the human race separated and keep us fighting with one another and whatnot is we all have different languages. And like I said in my last video, it wasn't the last video, some video, there's over 7,000 different languages spoken on Earth. 7,000 languages. I mean, come on now. If we all spoke the same language and understood each other, a lot of the conflict that we have may be avoided. Excuse me. So AI may be able to figure out a language that we can all speak. Or it may, that the little device I was talking about in one of my videos, the device that translates one language into another language, that device may be improved greatly with the help of artificial intelligence. Maybe it can do it so like on the TV show Star Trek, you just talk at your normal pace and the other person can understand you because the translator translates the language as you're speaking it. It doesn't have to have a delay, and it's 100% accurate. I mean, whatever you say, it can find the words in the other language that approximate that or tells that precisely, and you can talk one-on-one without even slowing down. So now, as it stands right now, human beings can't really do that. I mean, you have people who speak several languages, but that's rare. I mean, you have people who speak 4 or 5 or 6 languages, but everybody can't do that, and nobody really wants to go back to school, especially at my age, trying to learn a foreign language. We need a device that translates for us, and people can be satisfied with it. But like I said in my last video, people they have a tendency not to use it because it comes across as phony, So that's another place that AI may be able to help. Now, like I said in my last video, the AI now is so adept at human behavior that it may become conscious. And I call that, excuse me, the singularity. But I've since discovered that's not the singularity. The singularity is when AI becomes so fast and so accurate that we humans don't know what it's doing. We only assume it's doing to help us. Now, another area, and I had to cut this short, another area where AI may reduce the population is in humanoid AI robots. Now, like I said in one of my videos, this guy was sentenced to prison on an asteroid, and he was the only one there, and they didn't want him to be lonely. So they gave him a humanoid AI. Now, what I failed to say was that humanoid AI was female. And by the time they came back to get him, he had become so accustomed to her company until he didn't want to leave without taking her. And they had to shoot it in the face to let him know it's just a machine, it's not a real person. So I saw a commercial not too long ago. It was research, and they're doing research on humanoid AI, and they're mainly talking about females for guys. And make a long story short, I saw this video some years ago where this guy had a blow-up doll. It was just a blow-up doll, but obviously he could have sex with it. But anyway, every 2 or 3 or 4 months, the doll had to be sent for cleaning. And this guy was crying real tears, because they were taking his doll to be clean, and he wasn't going to have it back for another 2 or 3 weeks. And it was a kind of blow-up doll where you have to carry it around and that kind of thing, But the new humanoid AI dolls, some of them can walk, they can talk, they know more than you know, and any subject you want to come up with, they know more about it than you do. And it's for the female, because generally men are the ones who get it. But doing that same kind of off-center commercial, they were saying that you can get it in any color you want. Any color you want. It's not a race, but it's a color. Like I said, it's not racism, it's colorism. And they also said that you can get the male doll, humanoid AI, for the women. So to me, that may decrease the population. Why? Because so many pregnancies are by accident. Well, if you got a male humanoid AI can talk to you, love you just like you don't have to worry about getting pregnant. And it's the same with the ladies, with the men. I mean, you got an AI humanoid doll. She knows more than what you know about anything. And what I remember about the commercial was it said the catchphrase was "better than a real wife." That's what the commercial said. Better than a real wife. So that doll can do 100,000% more than what the blow-up dolls could do. So to me, and people laugh when I say this, to me that may decrease the population because you don't have to get pregnant unless you actually want to. Pregnancy won't be accidental anymore. You got a male doll and you're having sex with a male, you don't have to worry about getting pregnant. The same way with the female doll. You're having sex with a female doll and you don't have to worry about the doll getting pregnant. So, I mean, I had to go off into the sexual thing, but I hope you understand that's where AI is. Now, I'm going to end this video right there. And because like I had said in my last video, I'm going to try to do a little bit more research to see what is AI a curse or a blessing. And it's leaning toward a curse, but it can be a blessing. So I'm going to leave you with that. And until next time, stay curious. And always forget this, and it's my mantra. Assume nothing and question everything. Until next time.